The first reason why you self-sabotage is based on the fact that you don't think that good things can happen for a long period of time. You think that something good has to be followed by something bad. And that is what we're taught since we were little. We look at it, we look at it in when we're growing up in fairy tales. We see it in books. We see it in cartoons. Our parents say it, grandparents say it. Everyone tells us that something, you see it now, we see on social media, like these accounts saying like you're having a good day and something is going to happen to throw you off. And so a lot of times it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's because you think that this is going to happen, it does happen. So you think that this bad thing is going to happen, and it happens to knock you off course, or, mess up your streak of good luck, because you thought of that. You thought it was going to happen. You believed that was going to happen. So if you change the belief that good things are followed up by bad things, or you usually just have, or bad things happen in threes and all that stuff, then you're less likely to self-sabotage. If you get in a relationship and everything's going well, if you change your belief that shit's just going to fall, mess up, or it's not going to last, then it'll keep going. Now, I know that it's easier said than done. So now I want to teach you about changing your beliefs and how to change your beliefs so then you're less likely, or you can completely stop self-sabotage. So first, self-sabotage comes from your beliefs. And so the beliefs that cause self-sabotage are based on what we learn when we're kids, like bad things, like no one has a perfect life, and bad things usually come in threes, or bad things eventually happen because of what we're taught. 2, bad things are eventually happening because we feel like we don't deserve good things to happen to us, right? We think we don't deserve it. So it's either one of those two things. We're taught that bad things just happen based on our families or our parents or anything. And this isn't any of your area of your life, in love, money, relationships, career, whatever. We're taught this. Or 2, you believe that you're not worthy of these good things happening to you. So once you change and shift these two beliefs, that one, bad things just happen to people, you can't ride a good wave for a long period of time, or if you can shift slowly into saying, all right, good things happen to me at least for 30 days at a time, and then eventually good things happen to me for 60 days, good things happen to me for 90 days, good things happen to me for 6 months. All right, life is good for a year. All right, life is good for 2 years. Life is good for 3 years. So you can continuously raise your set point or your belief. You could shift it like that. If you can at least keep installing all right, this is going to be a good day. There's no such thing as fucking it. I usually have a good day twice in a row. I usually have a good week. I usually have good months. If you continuously say that, and so the way to change that belief is through affirmations. Affirmations are just confirmations of what you believe is true. So a lot of times you see on social media oh, my life is paved in gold, diamonds drip. It doesn't have to be magical affirmations. It could be just very simple subconscious shifting affirmations, because that's essentially what you're doing. You're telling your subconscious mind, this is now the truth. This is now what is to be. That's what an affirmation is. So if you want to change, if you want to stop self-sabotage, and one of the reasons why you self-sabotage is because of the belief that you don't think that good things happen for a long period of time in this particular area of your life, you simply have to tell yourself and shift your self-talk with the affirmation before you go to bed, and an affirmation as soon as you wake up. I usually have good days, 2 good days in a row. It's normal for me to have a good week. It's normal for me to have an amazing month. It's normal for me to have good days. Good days are my new normal. So if you do affirmations twice, right before you go to bed and as soon as you wake up, because that is when your subconscious mind is more susceptible to suggestions. And suggestions during hypnosis, I'm basically affirming positive things and affirming your new truth to you, to your subconscious mind, while you're in between that weird place right before you fall asleep. That's what hypnosis is. It's just being able to control that trance moment and being able to create hypnotic affirmations that are easily implanted in your subconscious, because this belief was implanted when we were younger, from our teachers, from our parents, from our coaches. Everyone implanted these things and we're fed it from all different sides. So now we believe that, don't put all your eggs in one basket, or, watch your luck, be careful, this might happen. So you have this in your back of your head, in the back of your mind, that this, not all good things last, but that's according to whom? So the first thing is, where did this come from? So for me, I like to, if you're saying it when you're first starting, say it out loud before you go to bed. I also have a free subconscious manifestation checklist in my bio, and it has this subconscious technique where you write your affirmations down 33 times for 3 days in a row. That helps you with your subconscious programming. But if you want to stay on track, I noticed that is just keep it simple. Say it to yourself right before you go to bed, out loud, and then when you wake up in the morning, out loud. Because this just makes it natural for you. Because when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you think? It's straight from your subconscious, right? When you go to sleep, it's not something that you're consciously thinking of. It just happens. So if you start to do this, this will replace your negative self-talk. You'll replace the negative self-talk with positive self-talk. Because when we think about over 70 thoughts a day, and almost 70% of those thoughts are negative, and they're also repetitive. So you'll be able to actually override those negative thoughts that you think during the day, right before you go to bed, and when you first wake up in the morning. And then you'll start seeing that you'll have more positive thoughts than negative thoughts. You'll start this shift. It's brain training. That's the basis of my brain training programs. So you start to do this right before you go to bed and when you wake up. So the second reason why, or the second belief that's attached to self-sabotage, is you're not worthy. Who are you to have this life? Who are you to have this relationship? Who are you to have this money in your bank account? You're not worthy, or you don't deserve this. So then you create an affirmation to override that belief. First, you find out, according to whom? Is this something that I made up? Or is this someone who told me this? Am I just repeating what someone told me I'm not worthy? Why am I not worthy? Is it because of my gender? Is it because of my race? Is it because of my background? Why am I not worthy? Is that true? Does that make any sense? No. And then you create an affirmation. I actually am worthy because everyone is worthy of a good life. Everyone is worthy of a nice apartment. Everyone is worthy of a job that they love. Everyone is worthy of having enough money to pay their bills. Everyone is worthy of going on a nice vacation, So just to recap for people that are just joining, you self-sabotage because of your belief system. And the two main beliefs that people have that cause them to self-sabotage is that bad things just happen. You can't have a good day, completely good day. You can't have a completely good week. And then the second belief is that you don't deserve this. So in order to combat these beliefs, you have to program your mind with affirmations. And the best time to say affirmations to reprogram your mind is right before you go to sleep and as soon as you wake up. So if you do those two things, after between 60 to 90 days, you will see the shift. I don't want to be the people that are like instant manifestation, instant, it's there's the psychology and the biology and then the energy behind all of this. So you need all three to make this shift. You are not just walking cells, and you're not just a walking ball of energy, and you're not just a walking brain. You're all three combined, so you need to work at all three in order to make the shift that you actually want. So when you work on all three with affirmations right before you go to sleep, and then also align your behavior with it, start to check yourself and what you do to cause self-sabotage. Like, for example, if you're excited about an interview, this is an example from a client. If you're excited about an interview, and you have to wake up for this interview, but for some reason you stay up late and you go to bed late and then you oversleep and you're running late and you make it just in time for this interview, but all that stress, all of that was trying to set you up to self-sabotage so you would be late and not get the job because the recruiter is a stickler for lateness. And that's based on the fact that you don't feel worthy of this job. So when you look at your life and how you self-sabotage, whether it's in relationships, whether it's with opportunities and things like that, how you keep yourself from what you really want because someone told you you couldn't have it or someone told you that you didn't deserve it. So when you know that you actually want this thing and that these two little things are keeping you from that, and that if you just fix these two little things, you'll be able to get, those are just little hurdles, you'll be able to feel like you deserve what you actually want. And you're less likely to self-sabotage. It's just linked to your beliefs. And because of your beliefs, it makes you feel a certain way, and you feel a certain way, and so you behave a certain way. So that's why I don't talk about, just setting your clothes up in the morning and getting ready for the interview or something like that, because essentially, if you don't believe you deserve this job, you're going to find a way to sabotage it. Even if you get the job, you'll start to come late for work. So it's best to just go straight to your belief system and fix it. And then once you fix your belief system, it'll trickle down to your behavior. And so you won't behave in a manner that will put your job on the line. You won't behave in a manner that puts your relationship on the line. If you don't believe that you deserve a loving relationship, you're going to find a way to sabotage it. If you feel like growing up, people told you that people just aren't in good relationships or are monogamous, then you're going to see anything that shows you that that's true. Because your subconscious mind does not want to make you a liar. Your subconscious mind wants to tell you that you're right. It wants to prove you right. So you need to adjust your belief system into a way and affirm that this is actually the truth. And then your subconscious mind would be like, yep, you're right. That is the truth. You do deserve love. You do deserve money. You do deserve nice vacations. You do deserve this, X, Y, Z. Because your subconscious wants you to be right. So once you affirm your new truth and your new beliefs, your subconscious mind will have your back to affirm that it's right and to show you that, yes, this is right. So it takes 60 to 90 days to do this method. I have a free subconscious manifestation checklist. I have 33 subconscious shifting affirmations to get you started. It's for all areas of your life. So very simple affirmations that won't cause resistance to your subconscious mind. And then I also have a tracker that you could download, and you could just print it out. Have a cute little binder that you have. It's a binder that you could just make this like your routine. So you can write down your affirmations, or you could just say them out loud before you go to bed. And it's free. It's in my bio. And then I also just finished a workshop called Subconscious Manifestation. So if you want to dig deeper, you can the link is there in the comments. So you can join the subconscious manifestation course. And then when you join tonight, you get financial alchemy master course too. So it's like 6 hours of going deeper and deeper than this. And then I share 5 techniques that you can use once you clear. And it's basically process that you run, every goal you set, you run through this process. And then I basically dive in deep about the psychology and the science behind beliefs and values and behind subconscious manifestation, because the difference between subconscious manifestation and law of attraction, or these accounts that you see, is that I focus on not only the spiritual and the energy, but I focus on the biology and the psychology, because your conscious mind needs to be like, okay, this makes sense. So then it allows you to take the information to your subconscious mind, and so then you guys can work together. Because a lot of times with the law of attraction and with affirmations that people say, you're in the back of your head, you're like, is this working? Is it not working? But instead of going back and forth, you're like, oh yeah, this is working because Juliet said that neurons that wire together, and they create new neural pathways. So this is definitely working on the biological level. So it's definitely going to work in reality, just because there's been studies that prove that it works. And also I feel good. And so you'll have confirmation and the confidence to continue and the motivation to do this. And so with the program, the brain training program for this, it's only 33 days. And then it makes it easier for you. It's like each day you do XYZ for 33 days and it's foolproof. But you can still do this yourself for free. You could download the tracker in the bio and just do this right before you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning. But stick to it, because after 14 days, you're going to feel some resistance, because the reason why you feel that resistance is because your brain is used to firing certain neurons consistently. And so now you are building a new neural pathway, and your brain is like, are you sure you want to do this? No. We've been doing this whole time. So you need to stick with it. So your brain knows, no, I want to focus on this new neural pathway. This is our new normal, okay? And so you stick with it. So after 21 days, you'll get less resistance. And then you keep doing it for 60 days, 67 days to 90 days. So it's a permanent shift. When you do it that way, the neural pathway that you were using that used to cause you to self-sabotage, your brain, you won't be able to access anymore, because those neurons will fall away and die, basically. So you can't even access that part of your brain that used to cause you to release certain neurotransmitters, to cause you to feel a certain way, to create the behavior pattern that created self-sabotage. I hope that's clear. I know it's a lot. That's why the training is like 3 hours, because I break it down. But essentially, I hope this was informative for you, so you could see the science behind it, the psychology behind it, and the spirituality behind creating these shifts, so you can stop self-sabotage. Okay, good. All right, good. I just want to make sure it's clear. I could talk about this for hours. I just finished the 3-hour training, and then I hopped on live to talk about this. So I love talking about it, just because it's been able to change my life, my clients' life, people that I'm close to. I see the changes, and it's like it helped. And then so the next. Oh, you're welcome. So I think the next live that I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about how to deal with triggers. Does that sound good? All right, so I'll send